Hey, and welcome to this Raptive review in which I will tell you all about my experiences with Raptive, how it fares against the other ad platforms out there, and yeah, pretty much share the whole journey, everything you need to know. What I actually will do is I will dive deep into the dashboard and pretty much show you all of the important screens you can see once you are a Raptive publisher and on the Raptive platform itself. A quick bit about me. I'm a digital publisher for 8 years. I'm German, but I'm based in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I do have a team who's doing the publishing for most of the websites we run. We did in total 7 figures in profit over the last few years. We've got quite some experiences with different ad platforms, as we used to have websites on Raptive, Mediavine, Ezoic, Monumetric, and also on Google AdSense before. Now we only have websites remaining on Mediavine and on Raptive. So I think this could be very interesting for you to have a good comparison and good overview provided by me. And a quick win related to Raptive. We just got a payment close to 3K for 1 month of having display ads on the site, which is obviously quite nice to have. We dropped a little bit due to the recent Google updates, but I'm sure we will get at least in the region of that again. Awesome. Okay, let's just dive right into Raptive. Okay, so some information about Raptive. Raptive got a 75% revenue share. That's a bit lower than Mediavine, where it can go up to 90% based on loyalty and based on how big your website is. They do have net 45 payment terms. That means right now it's end of June, and mid of June I received the payment for April. So like the April display ads would have been payable 1st of May, but then net 45 pushes it back to mid of June. And then, so you have a quite delay in terms of cash flow there. They do have very high RPMs. I mean, that's like what they're famous for. And let's be fair, that's the only really thing publishers actually care about. That's RPMs. And they are really, really high, but we will dive into that a bit later. The support is very good. I would say it's on par with the Mediavine support. I had one bad experience with the Mediavine support. So personally, I would even say the Raptive support so far has been better than my experience over on Mediavine. They do have a pretty high threshold. Actually, you need to cross 100K page. And the kicker is the traffic really has to come mainly from the desirable countries. So that's the US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand. So pretty much the high paying English-speaking countries. We'll also see later. Actually, those are the only ones which actually get a really, really high RPM. The rest, I think, is more or less on par with other display ad networks. Okay, so let's just jump into the dashboard right now so I can show you what to expect there. And quick note, you can find a link in the description, which is a referral link leading to Raptive. That's my referral link, but in exchange for using my sign up and probably giving me some form of sign up bonus, feel free to connect with me either on LinkedIn or on Twitter, and we can just chat a bit, probably get you a bit more optimized RPMs for your Raptive site. And yeah, I think it would be very, very beneficial to just get to talk, get to exchange some information. We've got experiences, for sure you also got some experiences if you made it to 100K page views. So definitely beneficial to just get to talk a little bit. Okay, continue on with the video. So this is the main dashboard. Actually, they just released a UX update. So this might be different to the one you would see in other reviews. As you can see here, you have a total overview about everything you really need to know. Quick note, if you want to deep dive into my numbers here, we have a website which have a very, very low amount of time on page. We are, I think, in the 1 to 2 minute range, with much of our content being short form content. That's why numbers like RPM might be a little bit lower for this website compared to your website if you, for example, focus on recipes or focus on long form content, where people just spend more time and have more engagement. That's just a note here. Yeah, you can obviously see my last month numbers, month to date, bunch of statistics based on traffic sources, based on device. Pretty interesting. We also got a video feature similar to Mediavine. You can embed videos or upload videos on your website, which then are shown in different ways. And obviously they generate quite a lot of revenue. If you look at here, we've got 372 USD. That's pretty much like 25% of our total earnings for the last 30 days. So that's quite massive. If you do have a website, especially if it's already your Mediavine or Raptive, there's really no point in not using videos as well, because the video ad revenues can be quite juicy compared to normal display ads. Okay, let's just switch through here a little bit. We've got the earnings overview. That's the main dashboard when it comes to all things money. Again, you can see different statistics here, but pretty interesting, you can see the RPM here. That's just a general RPM. Obviously, you can dive much more deep into where the RPM actually comes from. Here we can see an overview by device type. Obviously, desktop being much more lucrative as people tend to be able to see more ads at any given time. Again, you can see here content versus video and then all the different ad formats. That's pretty informative, and it might alter how you or which content you want to create for your website if you actually just compare the RPMs, and they can be quite massively different. Again, my payment, I'm just 2 months so far, in terms of payment on the platform. I think we launched in March and now it's June. So we still got some more time and hopefully much more ad revenue to collect here. Pretty interesting is the performance by page. By the way, I blended out my website as well as the content itself because I don't want to share too much stuff publicly here. So, but you can still see here, those are under page URL, those are all the individual pages. And you can see that we actually, how can I scroll? Here. That we actually do get quite significantly different RPMs. I mean, we're going from $166 to $37. That's really crazy. So you really might want to focus what content to create. That obviously massively shapes how much money you will earn in the end. Same for us, we could see here that some sub-niches are so much more lucrative than others without really knowing it before. I mean, there's often not really a way to tell what kind of stuff actually drives ad revenue. But that's a pretty good overview here. Also interesting that you can see the changes over time. Next one by country. That's what I've been referring to earlier. You can see here filtered by RPMs how the different countries fare up. I mean, US obviously on top, and then Canada, Hong Kong, Singapore, UAE, UK, Switzerland, Australia, New Zealand also in there. But you can see like the jump from the US to everything else is massive. So I mean, just on the screen alone, you can see, you really might want to focus on the US when it comes to websites to be monetized with display ads. We have all been knowing this, but I mean, on those overview pages, you can clearly see the difference even between the US and European countries. That's quite massive. Okay, traffic, that's pretty much just a traffic overview, and they also give you some more details when it comes to page by page. For now, there are 2 content optimization tools, one to create briefs. To be honest, I've not used these before. We have our own processes here, but might be interesting if you really want to improve your process, or if you just want to take on some good basic SOP to create those briefs and the content itself. They also do have some content, a keyword research tool. I have not used this before. We just use Ahrefs, as most of our processes just rely on Ahrefs and competitor research. So that's why we are not using these tools, but you might want to. Pretty interesting is also that if you go here to earnings, you can now see they have integrated affiliate earnings in there. At first, it seems just to be more of like a link generator tool. I thought it's kind of a bit pointless if you already got your tool set up and your host systems, like, because I told you we've been doing this for many years. But actually recently they sent us this email here to give all Raptive users a temporary commission raise. And those seems to be pretty massive. I mean, we're talking like 1.5x here, or even more than 2x in some cases, for many of the categories. And that's pretty interesting. We do have a special relationship to Amazon for Amazon Germany. But as far as I know, for the US, it's pretty much impossible to get. Probably if you're not one of those like big private equity companies, think of like a DoorDash, for example. They probably do get higher commission rates. But and this might be very interesting if Raptive is able to negotiate on behalf of all Raptive creators. This could be a massive jump for some affiliates out there. But obviously this one is just like a two-week dated commission increase event. So nothing to be too excited about, but I'm just talking about the possibility here. This would be massive if Raptive could somehow get Amazon to just give a higher commission rate to those probably like higher quality publishers who made it onto the Raptive platform. So that's pretty much everything for my review here. If you've got any questions or anything I should dive deep into about, like whatever, talking about some specific subject related to Raptive, I could make a detailed comparison between Raptive and Mediavine or Raptive and Monumetric or other platforms. Yeah, we could talk more about the requirements in general, maybe tips to apply for ad platforms in general or Raptive in specific. This could be pretty cool. I could definitely make more videos about it. Otherwise, I would be happy for you to use my link in the description if you want to sign up. As I said, just connect with me. We could do like some exchange there and probably get you higher rates or like a better monetization strategy in general for your Raptive site. This could be pretty interesting, I think, to just get to talk and get to exchange some information. Awesome. Otherwise, have a good day. Bye bye. See ya.